Okay, so I see that sometimes we have borrowers who will do classes online, meaning that the school is in a different state than where they reside. But like I said, me reading over the Borrower's Defense Regulations, and I'm still reading more things in the Higher Education Act and things of that nature, but I have not seen anything definite. I have not seen where the Department of Education has actually been clear on as far as if you are bringing a state claim against the school under Borrower's Defense, if they are going to consider the state where the school is housed or if it's where the borrower actually was living. But for, I would say, have an understanding of the protection laws in both states. But what you see scrolling behind me is just more or less more information about borrower's defense, because you still want to understand the application within itself and what your rights are as a borrower that's putting in a claim to have your loans discharged under borrower's defense. So this is section 685.206, so Title 34, Subtitle B, Chapter 6, Part 685.206, and it tells you everything that you need to know to understand the borrower's defense application, the definitions, the words that are in the application, so that way you have an understanding of what the Department of Education is looking for when they speak about misrepresentation, what it means to be financially harmed. Not only that, what things are excluded from bringing a claim against a institution under borrower's defense. So you want to have an understanding of that. It tells you more or less more information about the application, if you choose to put the loans in forbearance, how the school can respond, how they're going to consider your evidence. All of that information is in the regulation. So it's important that you read that so that way you'll know exactly, if you're going to bring this claim, you make sure you bring the strongest claim possible and that you're in line with what the law states, what the regulations state. Not only that, because you are potentially going to bring a claim or attempt to bring a claim under your state laws, you want to understand what actual harm have you suffered behind this school and their misrepresentations, what the conduct was that took place that's warning you or that's warranting you to put in a borrower's defense application. So under subpart, so the same title, Title 34, Subtitle B, Chapter 6, borrower's defense. So the provisions for a borrower was 685.206 before the misrepresentations. And that's going to be same title, but it's going to be under subpart 668. So that's where we're going to go under 668. You'll see misrepresentations, and that is where it's going to get into the scope of things, the definitions, and not only that, what your actual allegations is, so you can have an understanding of what the Department of Education means. If you are putting in a claim due to the nature of the educational programs, any type of misrepresentations or omissions that may have taken place while you were enrolled at that school. Not only that, talks about aggressive and deceptive recruitment. It gives you the definition and all of that for anything in the application that you're claiming or you're alleging that took place while you were in attendance of the school. But like I said, just make sure that you have an understanding of the consumer protection laws in your state that is centered around what your allegations is against the school. So that way everything is in line with each other. But I hope that helps. There's so much more information, but I hope that this right here is enough to at least get you started and kind of get you to look at the law so you can know what